Hi and welcome to Bright Spark's first video on brake pads and brake discs. Just a few disclaimers. Obviously always seek expert advice. Always make sure your vehicle is safe and secure when jacking up, but that's another tutorial we can come to. So first we're just going to show you sort of the visual differences between a good brake disc and brake pads to bad brake discs and brake pads. On the right, which Paul is holding up, is a relatively new disc. You can tell from the colour of it. When you're checking your vehicle, when you turn the steering wheel to full lock on one side, you can actually check the disc from actually behind the back of your wheel or through the alloy itself. Always wear a nice pair of gloves because brake dust is contaminating. I'll edit that. Feel for the lips, feel for distortion. Also, if you're driving and you think there's something wrong with your discs, normally what happens is when you're driving down the road is you'll hear a quick squeaking noise. And that is first signs of maybe track rod ends or bushes, but also it could be the first sign of a warped disc rubbing against the brake pad itself. So you can feel that just from your fingers. You can feel for lips, run your hand along it. If it feels like it's slightly warped, that's another case. On the left we can show you what a bad disc looks like. On this disc you can see it's a totally different colour. Actually the contact pad you can see is a very thin line. This is the whole disc itself compared to the new one. The old one, by law, you are not allowed any rust on the disc. It is an MOT failure. So if you're looking at your disc and you find any rust on it, it is actually illegal and needs to be replaced immediately. It's very warped. There's lots of ridges on it. You can feel that just with your fingertips. Onto brake pads. This is a good brake pad. Basically what happens is the caliper, when you press your brake pedal, it pushes the caliper's piston against the back of the brake pad, pushing the compound, which is on top of this brake pad, onto the surface of the brake disc. So they normally come with about 3 to 5 millimeters worth of compound. Yeah, roughly. That sounds about right, don't it? Which acts as friction against the disc. So we can show you a pad now that hasn't got any compound on it. So this normally, you can tell when you're driving, is the pedal normally goes a long way down the car. Also it squeaks. And also when you're stopping, the efficiency isn't there. This actual pad itself has got no compound on it. And the customer now is squeaking due to the rivets hitting the disc. So you can see the difference there just from visually checking. The pads, are actually located in between the calipers. But the best way of checking is when the steering wheel is turned and the caliper sits like that, you can actually see the compound of the brake. If you can see that, the brake pad itself on the disc. Always use gloves, because you can see we've just held it for a couple of minutes. It's extremely contaminating, it goes everywhere, it's a nightmare to get off. So always wear some sort of gloves or protective. When you're changing brake pads or brake discs, which we'll come on to in a later episode, we highly recommend you get some brake cleaner, because what happens is the discs are actually transported in a light film, oily, greasy film. That's to protect the disc, stop it from rusting and contaminating through its journey from the distributor. So before installing brake discs, you must clean it with a high grade brake cleaner, which is fast drying as well. If you've got any questions, any queries, please don't hesitate to contact us. We're more than happy to help. But like I said, this was just a summary of how to tell the difference between a good and a bad brake pad and disc. Thanks.